This video was originally supposed to be part of the next Karate Fitness video, push-ups, how to train and variations. However, I found that some parts of it deserve a title on its own, that is, rules on training anything. I will be mentioning a few keywords from here in the next video, so in order to fully understand that video, you need to watch this first. I also moved the how many push-ups you should do section into this video since it could be quite lengthy, and I just gave a summary of it in that video. I want to share some basic rules on training anything, whether it's training for an exercise, for a push-ups for example, or a karate technique. The first rule is to determine at what stage you are in your training. So there are 3 stages of training, at least. Developing, developed, and further development. So an example I could give is a Jodan Mawashi Geri, or an upper level roundhouse kick. So let's say you're trying to do a kick. Now, let's say with the front leg, if you could do this, then you are at the developed stage. But if you have trouble raising your leg to the level that you want to be, you have trouble with the balance, you have trouble with the snap, then you are at developing stage. You're developing to be able to do the technique. Once you can do it, you are at the developed stage. So you could choose to maintain that by practicing regularly, or you could choose to further develop it by adding more load, whether it's about speed, or whether it's about power, or whether it's about how many you can do non-stop. How many you could do non-stop could be in the sense of 1, 2, 3, or maybe that, or maybe you could increase the height that you can kick. So whatever it is, further development would be increasing a load in one way or another. The next rule is to elevate your training, and this applies to stage 1 and stage 3, that is developing or further developed. If you are at the developed stage and just want to maintain it, or you have further developed and want to maintain that, then you don't need to elevate, you just need to practice regularly. So this links directly to the next rule, that is finding the right load. Here, you look for the load where you are able to do a considerable amount, but where you still find it a struggle. So let's say you could do 10 repetitions and find it a struggle. So that's the load for you, but you practice 30%. If you are able to do 10 repetitions and find it easy, then that is not the load for you. You would need to increase the load. The last rule would be consistency is key. Say for every set, you do 30 repetitions. You would see much faster progress if you did 1 set per day, 3 days per week, as compared to doing 3 sets a day, 1 day a week. Even though the total number of repetitions per week is the same for both examples, having less rest in between each sessions results in faster progress. So again, this part of this video is meant to be continued off directly to the next Karate Fitness video, push-ups, how to train and variations. How many push-ups should you be able to do? Well, that depends on what you're looking for, what you're aiming for. So for this question, I will divide it into 3 groups. And the first group are those who are just looking for general fitness. Those who are not practitioners of martial arts or sports, those who are not athletes. You just want to keep your basic fitness. For that group, the recommended amount I would suggest is 20 continuous push-ups, meaning no rest in between. And that's the amount that you should maintain. Is something you should do, I would say the most minimum is 3 times a week. If you could do it every day, of course, that would be better. The next 2 groups are for karatekas, or karate practitioners, or karate students. Now that would be divided into 2, of course. The first group would be those who are not looking towards competitive athletic karate, but those who are just practicing to be a practitioner, to be part of the karate community, part of the karate training, and to have basic understanding of martial arts, self-defense and fighting. For this group, I would recommend on your belt level. So if you go to my website, karatez.blogspot.com, and you click on KarateZ Guide on the toolbar, just scroll down slightly, you'll see a table labeled Belt Expectations. So that table lists out your cues or your ranks or your belt against the exercises, the amount of repetitions of push-ups and crunches that you should be doing. And that's further divided into two groups, that is below 13 years old and above 13 years old. And for that, I'll just read out on my laptop. So for below 13 years old, for 9th Q, you should at least do 5 push-ups. For 8th Q, you should do 7. For 7th Q, you should do 10. For 6th Q, 15.
5th Q, you should do 25.
4th Q to 1st Q, or brown belts, 30. And for first dan, or black belt, 50. For 13 years old and above, on the other hand, for 9th Q, you should do 10. 8th Q, you should do 15. 7th Q, you should do 20. 6th Q, you should do 25.
5th Q, you should do 30.
4th to 1st Q, you should do 40. And first dan, or black belt, you should also do 50. And for all this, the number of crunches that you should do is just double the amount of push-ups.
And these number of push-ups and crunches in the table does not represent the total number you should be doing in a class or in a set, but the minimum number of continuous push-ups or crunches within a set. So if you're asked to do 30 push-ups and you are a green belter below 13 years old, then within those 30, at least 10 should be continuous push-ups. And the next 20 could be 10 plus 10 or 10 plus 5 plus 5 or any combination. If you're a green belter 13 years old or above, then within those 30, at least 20 should be continuous push-ups. If you're wondering about the recommended minimum age per Q, I'll talk about that in another video.
So for those who are my students, this is not a recommendation, this is a requirement. For those who are not my students, this would be a recommendation for you. Now for the last group, for those who are looking to be competitive athletes in the sports of karate, whether you want to be a kumite competitor or a kata competitor or both. So for this group, I don't have a fixed number of recommendations because different people do their own personal exercises differently. So the most I can do is to share with you how I used to train myself in my younger years. So on top of my karate training in the dojo under my sensei, which we used to train 3 to 5 times a week, I did my own personal exercises at home in my room. And I started doing them at the age of 15 and very consistent all the way until 21 or 22. So my personal exercises consist of push-ups, crunches or leg-ups, and some weight exercises with my dumbbell. And it took about 1 hour if I'm on beat, and it could go up to 1.5 or 2 hours if I'm lazy on that day. And the total number of push-ups that I would do in that 1 to 2 hour session is 250. And for core exercises, that is either push-ups, leg-ups or a combination, would be double that, that is 500. I would start off with 60 push-ups, followed by crunches, then followed by shoulder exercises with my dumbbell like this. I would do 60 each side, 2 sets, meaning a total of 120 each side. Then I'll do 40 push-ups, followed by crunches or sit-ups or a combination of 2. And then wing exercises by carrying my dumbbell here. And I would also do 2 sets of 60 each side, which makes it a total of 120 on each side as well. Next would be 30 push-ups, followed by crunches or leg-ups or a combination of the 2. Then I would do biceps curl on each side. I think I did 100, I can't seem to remember. Then I would do 40 push-ups, followed by crunches or leg-ups or a combination of 2, followed by forearm curls on this side. And this side, I would do 100 each side, 2 sets, making it 200. Then 30 push-ups, followed by crunches or leg-ups. Then I'll do forearm curls on this side, left and right, also 2 sets of 100 each, making 200 each. And finally, I will finish off with 50 push-ups, followed by crunches or sit-ups, or a combination of that.
Eventually, instead of having a varying number of push-ups and crunches and leg-ups per set, I changed it to a consistent number of 50 push-ups and 100 crunches or leg ups or a combination of the two for every set in between every dumbbell exercises, while making sure that I maintain a total number of 250 push-ups and 500 crunches or leg ups or a combination of the two.
As for the weights that I used to carry, when I was 15 years old, I started off with 2.5 kg only. And then slowly I increased to 5 kg, and then eventually I went up to 10 kg and just stopped there. I wasn't interested in increasing the weight of the dumbbell anymore. I just wanted to maintain my exercises as they were. So all in all, it's a total of 250 push-ups and twice the amount for crunches or leg ups or a combination of two per session, 1 session a day, and 7 days a week. And yes, when I was from 15 to 17 or 18, I did 7 days a week without fail, almost. There was only one time which I remember missing out, one day. Possibly 2 days, but I remember one day because I remember I was very upset for missing out. Then when I was 18 years old until say 21, I reduced to 5 times a day. After 21 or 22, I was no longer as consistent as I used to be because I was studying in university and then working. So from then, some months I am active and consistent, some months I'm not. But because I started off at a very young age and remained consistent for a number of years consecutively, my body has somewhat conditioned in a way that if I want to gain back my fitness anytime now, it's not that difficult. And all this is on top of my karate training. So my personal exercises was in the afternoon, and then in the evenings, I have karate training 3 to 5 times a week. So it's a minimum of 250 push-ups a day because during karate training, we do more push-ups. So that is all for this video. I hope you found this useful. Some of you, maybe you could use this as a tutorial. And if not, hopefully you found this interesting. If you find this at least interesting, please like and share. And of course, subscribe and hit the bell button to get notification.
And don't forget to check out the next Karate Fitness video once it's ready. Push-ups, how-to and variations.
And do check out my other videos. I've got Kihon Mechanics, Karate Fitness, Karate Discourse, and a few more others.